here. Hi guys, I am at a local walking paved area where I live, and I'm trying to desensitize my dog to people so he'll be calmer when he interacts with new people. This is the first time I've ever taken him here, and I was thinking about how there have been a lot of things that I counted myself out of just because I would have had to do it alone. Like, being out in public by myself like this, for some reason, I don't like it. It makes me anxious. Maybe not so much anxious anymore. When I was younger, it definitely made me anxious. Now it just makes me uncomfortable. There have been so many things that I said, oh, I can't do that. I need somebody to go with me, or I don't want to go by myself because what if this, that, and the third happens? But by doing that, I realized I missed out on a lot of potentially really fun memories, even if they were by myself. For the first time last year, I saw a movie by myself, and that might seem random, but I had never went to a movie theater by myself. At first, because I was too young to go by myself. Like, I was just too young. But it changed to like an intense anxiety of like something bad happening. I still get uncomfortable in theaters sometimes because of all the shootings and whatnot, but that's part of life now, I guess. I have a pretty regular routine. Pretty much since the pandemic, I spend most of my days at home. I work from home. I do school from home. I spend a lot of time at home. I don't have a lot of money, so I can't really go out much. My boyfriend and I, we go out at least once a month on our date nights, but we're home most of the time. And because of that, I have a pretty solid daily routine. It normally looks something like wake up, have tea or some sort of hot beverage, eat breakfast, open my laptop or my iPad, and start working. And I pretty much work or do some sort of productive thing until around 1 or 2 o'clock. That's sort of when the productivity wall hits me in the face, and I'm like, I physically, mentally cannot continue working on anything that involves me to like actually think about something. So then normally what I do is I turn on YouTube, or I watch Netflix or K-drama or something that brings me joy and requires little to no effort on my part, besides maybe reading some subtitles. And then I feel guilty because it's 2 o'clock on a weekday, and instead of working like the rest of the world is probably doing, I'm sitting here doing something that I get joy out of. And then I feel like I'm wasting my time because I'm not working, and then I feel guilty, and then I say, oh, tomorrow I'm gonna do even more work than I did today, but then that same wall hits me, and I realize I'm spending my days working to the point of burnout, and then feeling guilty about recharging myself. And I read somewhere that said, I think it was a TikTok or an Instagram reel. Honestly, say what you want about social media, sometimes there are some gems in there. A girl posted something that said, the way you spend your days is the way you live your life. And I was like, even though that concept is very obvious, you know, in order to live your life, you have to live every day, and however you're spending your days is inevitably the way that your life turns out. But I don't know, the way she said it, the way I read it, like that, the way that was worded, it just really hit me in the face. And I was like, wow, I spend my days sitting in front of a computer in a house by myself, and then on the weekends or towards the end of the week, hoping somebody reaches out to me saying they want to hang out, and then feeling sad and lonely when I'm sitting in my room by myself while my boyfriend's at work or whatever, and I'm watching my K-dramas. Actually, I don't feel sad when I watch my K-dramas, but you know what I mean. You get what I'm saying. Like, I am not spending my days in ways that bring me joy. And I was thinking to myself, how do I bring more joy into my life? And that is doing things that make me uncomfortable. That is taking my dog out to the local paved walkway and acclimating him to people because it needs to be done and it hasn't been done yet, and he's almost 2 years old. That means going downtown to the little downtown city that I live in and walking into every store by myself just to see what's out there. That means going to a coffee shop and doing my work there so I'm actually surrounded by people and not just my pets during the week. And that's not to say there's necessarily anything wrong with routine, but when your routine becomes so rigid that you feel like you don't have the space to find time for yourself, that's when it gets dangerous, maybe? So, in an effort to try to break my routine and cram productivity into every waking moment and feeling guilty when I don't, and accepting the fact that I have the luxury of choosing when to work, and I need the discipline and the forward thinking to spend the time that I am most productive doing the work that needs to be done so that I can find peace and happiness and fun during the times that I'm not working without feeling any guilt. I am going to start doing things by myself. Another reason that I never did anything before, I guess you could say, is I felt like things are better when you're with people. And to an extent that's true. Like, it is more fun to go shopping when you're with your friend. It is more fun to watch a movie with somebody you like. But that doesn't mean doing it by yourself isn't also fun. It's just fun in a different way. And I used to pride myself on being independent, but I realized what I was calling independent was actually just isolation. I spend a lot of time by myself in my room, in my house. And even I live with my parents, and even when they come home, I don't have a very high threshold, I don't know, for physical or for interaction. Maybe it's my age, maybe it's the situation, I don't know, but even spending time with my parents, I feel like I should put more effort into that because they're my parents and I live with them. I know I am not the only one who feels that way, and I made this video as a reminder to myself as well as anybody else who's feeling stuck, feeling like they're wasting their time doing things they don't like doing but things that they have to do, or people who just feel like they should be doing more. Maybe you shouldn't necessarily be doing more, but you should be doing more for yourself. I am currently sitting next to the marina near where I live, and there is a local famous, I don't know, people love this place. I've been here once when I was 18. It's just a pizza place. Like, it's pizza, it's good. But I'm sitting here by myself in the car after walking around the downtown area looking for a place to eat, and then being too scared to go in and ending up not eating anything, to coming down by the marina looking for a place to sit with a table so I could read or study my languages or draw, and seeing the pizza place and being like, I should get a pizza. And I'm sitting here afraid to go in because online it says that it's temporarily closed, but I'm looking at it right here and people are going in and out and the sign says open, so I know it's open. But what if I go up to it and it's closed and I look like a fool? And then if I do go in and I get something to eat, am I gonna eat inside, or am I gonna go sit at a little table that I saw? Are the tables gonna be available when I get there? All of these things, and it's because I'm by myself. If I was with anybody else, I'd be like, let's just go, let's just see. Let's just see, it's fine, let's just go. But because I'm by myself, all of these fears are coming up because I don't want to look dumb by myself. I don't mind looking dumb with other people, but when it's by yourself, it feels different. But in reality, nobody probably cares. Anyway, whatever I end up doing, I will see you there to finish this video. Hopefully I'm sitting at the table with a slice of pizza. Back in our safe space, our home. It is 4 p.m. I spent most of the day outside of my house, and while I didn't do anything in particular, and I didn't really have a plan, I did have fun because I wasn't in my house. So, all of that to say, take some time to do something you don't normally do, or something you've wanted to do, and do it. Make it a regular thing to take time out of your day or your week to do something that you've been wanting to do that you don't normally do, just so you don't get stuck in that routine rut. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you got something from it. If you didn't, at the very least, I hope you enjoyed watching me struggle. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.